world, the 1982 D Mint-Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with a jaw-dropping current market value of $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million. So, if you have one of these in your collection, you might want to pay close attention. Let's get into it. Before we dive into the staggering price tag, let's take a closer look at the 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. This coin was struck by the U.S. Mint in Denver, as indicated by the D Mint mark just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse. The design itself is iconic, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, the home he built in Virginia, on the reverse. The coin was made as part of the regular series of Jefferson nickels, but the 1982 D variety holds some very special characteristics. What makes the 1982 D Monticello nickel so valuable? Well, there's a bit of a mystery behind this coin that makes it stand out from the rest of the series. In 1982, the U.S. Mint actually made some significant changes to the production process, including the transition from the traditional copper-nickel composition to a more modern mix. However, that's not the only reason the 1982 D nickel is special. In 1982, a rare error occurred in a limited number of the coins minted in Denver, an error that would lead to a significant spike in value. It's believed that during the minting process, certain dies were worn down and caused a misstrike. This misstrike led to a unique variation, making certain 1982 D nickels far more rare and valuable. So, what makes this particular coin worth $1.7 million? Well, it's all about the rarity and condition. Coins with the 1982 D Mint mark are fairly common, but only a very small number of them exhibit this error. This rare variety is a combination of both a worn die and a misaligned strike. And because the error occurred in such a small quantity, it's incredibly hard to find these coins in good condition. When it comes to rare coins, condition is everything. A nickel with this error in mint state, meaning it's virtually flawless and has never been in circulation, can fetch an astronomical price, up to $1.7 million in the right market. Alright, so now that we know how valuable this coin can be, let's talk about how to identify the 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel error. It's not as easy as just looking at the mint mark. It requires a trained eye. Here's what you'll want to look for. Cut to a close-up of the coin with markers highlighting specific features. First, check the obverse side, where you'll see Thomas Jefferson's portrait. Look carefully at the edges of the design. The error nickels will have a slightly blurred look, especially around Jefferson's face and the lettering. This is due to the worn die. Next, flip the coin over to the reverse side. Monticello itself might appear slightly misaligned, with some of the design details appearing off-center or faded. The best way to spot this error is by comparing it to a typical 1982 D nickel. So you might be wondering, what drives the market value of a coin like this? Well, there are a few key factors. First, rarity. Coins like the 1982 D error nickel are rare because only a limited number of them were produced, and even fewer are in mint condition. Next, demand. Coin collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for these rarities. The more people want a coin, the higher the value goes. Then, there's condition. Coins that are in near-perfect condition will always command higher prices. A coin that's been preserved well and has no visible wear or damage is much more desirable. Cut back to host sitting at a desk with a laptop open, showing various online marketplaces for rare coins. Now, let's talk about how you can sell your 1982 D Monticello Jefferson nickel if you've got one in your collection. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare coins, you'll want to make sure you're getting top dollar for it. One of the best ways to sell your coin is by auctioning it through a reputable coin auction house. These houses specialize in rare coins and will help you connect with buyers who are willing to pay top dollar. You could also try selling it through online marketplaces or contacting a local numismatist, but make sure to have the coin professionally graded to verify its authenticity and value. So there you have it, the 1982 Di Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare and valuable piece of American history. With a current market value of $1.7 million, this coin is truly a treasure for collectors and investors alike. If you happen to have one, make sure to get it properly graded and appraised. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Remember, always do your research and reach out to professionals if you think you've got a valuable coin on your hands. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more tips about rare coins and how to sell them for millions. 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson Nickel. If you thought all nickels were just pocket change, think again. This little coin has a value of $1.5 million. That's right, $1.5 million. Now, stick around, because we're about to tell you everything you need to know about this rare find. Let's get started. Now, let's start with the basics. The 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel features a stunning design. On the obverse, you'll see the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, we have Monticello, Jefferson's home, which was also designed by Schlag. But here's where things get interesting, the Mint Mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which is where this particular nickel was produced. Now, most 1985 nickels, including those minted in Denver, are worth just a few cents. But the 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is a whole different story. In fact, it's one of the most sought-after nickels by collectors. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. The rarity of the 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel comes down to an error in the minting process. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint struck a very small number of these coins with a slight defect, a misalignment on the reverse side of Monticello. This misalignment is what makes the 1985 P Mint Mark version so rare. You'll typically see a slight doubling effect, which makes it stand out from regular 1985 nickels. And that's what gives this coin its sky-high value. Take a close look at the Monticello building on the back. You'll notice that the image of the structure appears a bit doubled, which is a clear sign that this nickel has a minting error. Collectors refer to this type of error as a double die or minting error coin. In this case, it's the combination of rarity, the error, and the overall condition of the coin that makes it so highly valuable. And trust me, collectors are on the lookout for coins like this one. So, what's the current market value of a 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with a misaligned design? Well, hold on to your hats. This little nickel can fetch as much as $1.5 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these rare gems, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare nickels? It's all about the details. Let me walk you through the key factors that can help you determine if your coin is a true 1985 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with a misalignment error. First, check the mint mark. The P will be right there on the obverse side of the coin, next to Jefferson's portrait. Next, examine the reverse side carefully, focusing on Monticello. If you notice any doubling or a slight shift in the image of the building, it could be the error you're looking for. Look at the windows, the columns, and the roofline. They should all have a slightly doubled effect if the coin has the error. That's the key sign that your coin might be worth a fortune. You also want to inspect the overall condition of the coin. The value of rare coins isn't just about the rarity, it's also about the condition. A coin in pristine condition, with minimal wear and tear, is worth significantly more than one that has been through years of circulation. So, keep your coins in top shape. Now, let's talk about market trends. The 1985p mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is not just valuable right now. It's also been steadily increasing in value over the years. Coins like this one often appreciate in value as they become rarer and as demand from collectors grows. If you've got one, you're holding a real treasure, and the time to sell it might be now, before the value goes even higher. So, if you think you have one of these valuable coins, how do you go about selling it? Well, the best way is to take it to a professional coin dealer or auction house. They'll be able to authenticate your coin and give you an accurate appraisal. You'll want to work with someone who knows their stuff and has experience dealing with rare coins. Many rare coins, like the 1985p mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, are sold at specialized coin auctions. These auctions attract collectors and investors from all over the world, which can drive the price up even further. You might want to get in touch with an auction house that specializes in rare coins to help you maximize the sale price. Before you rush to sell, remember, the right timing can make all the difference. Hold off if you're not in a rush to sell. Some coins take years to appreciate, but they can fetch huge returns in the long run. If you decide to sell, though, get the best deal by working with experts who can guide you every step of the way. To wrap it up, the 1985p mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of the hidden gems in the world of numismatics. Its rarity, minting error, and potential to fetch a whopping $1.5 million make it a must-have for any serious collector. So take a look through your change jar. You might just be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on rare coins that could make you a millionaire. And hey, if you have any rare coins of your own, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about your finds. 1988p Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin currently worth $1.9 million. That's right, $1.9 million. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover how this ordinary coin became one of the most sought-after pieces in modern American numismatics. First things first, what is the 1988p Monticello Jefferson nickel? It's a regular circulating coin that most people used in their daily transactions. But what sets this coin apart is its rarity and unique characteristics. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1988, this coin features Thomas Jefferson's iconic image on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, on the reverse. The design of this coin, created by Felix Schlag, is timeless. The obverse shows Jefferson's profile, while the reverse showcases Monticello, highlighting both Jefferson's legacy and the architectural masterpiece he built. But despite being part of the regular circulation, this particular 1988p nickel has something very special that made it worth millions. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why is this nickel worth a staggering $1.9 million? To put it simply, it all comes down to rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. The 1988p nickel, in its standard form, isn't worth much, but due to a rare error, an off-center strike, some of these nickels have become ultra-valuable. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. This results in the design being stamped incorrectly, leaving part of the coin blank. In the case of the 1988p Monticello Jefferson nickel, only a handful of these off-center nickels were produced, making them incredibly rare. And when it comes to rare coins, the law of supply and demand takes over. Fewer coins mean higher prices. You might be wondering, how did collectors first discover this rare error coin? It all started when a sharp-eyed coin collector found one of these off-center 1988p nickels in their change. At first glance, it might have just looked like a worn-out coin, but upon closer inspection, they realized that this was no ordinary nickel. Word quickly spread among the numismatic community, and soon experts began to confirm the rarity of the 1988 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel with the off-center strike. As news of its discovery reached more collectors, the value of these error coins skyrocketed. At one point, a collector sold one for nearly $1.9 million, which set the stage for its current market value. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1988 P error coins in your collection? Well, it's all about paying attention to the details. A typical 1988 P nickel will be clearly struck and centered. But if you have one that looks slightly off, or has parts of the design missing, you may have an error coin on your hands. Look closely at the date and the design. If the strike is off-center, you'll see parts of Monticello or Jefferson's image cut off. This gives the coin a unique, asymmetrical appearance. Keep in mind that even slight errors can make a big difference in value. As with any rare coin, provenance is key. The coin's history of ownership and where it was sold plays a significant role in its value. The first 1988 P off-center nickel that sold for $1.9 million went through the hands of prestigious coin dealers and auction houses, further increasing its allure. When a coin reaches such a high price, it becomes part of a legendary collection, which only adds to its appeal. The 1988 P nickel with an off-center strike has appeared at several well-known auctions, and with each sale, the market value seems to climb higher. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, knowing where these coins are being traded is essential for understanding their current value. Now, if you think you might have one of these rare 1988 P off-center nickels, you're probably wondering how to sell it for top dollar. First off, it's important to get your coin professionally graded by a trusted service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Once graded, you'll have a clearer picture of the coin's quality and value. The higher the grade, the more valuable it will be. Next, you can choose to sell your coin at an auction, to a private collector, or through a reputable coin dealer. Remember, finding the right buyer is crucial. A collector who understands the rarity and significance of your coin will be willing to pay top price. So what's next for the 1988 P Monticello Jefferson nickel? With its incredible rarity and growing demand, we expect the value of these error coins to continue rising. As more collectors get involved in the market, the competition for rare coins like this one will only heat up. If you have one of these coins, or even if you're just starting out as a coin collector, keep an eye on the market. Coins like the 1988 P Monticello Jefferson nickel prove that sometimes, even the most ordinary pieces of currency can turn into extraordinary treasures. 1988 D Monticello Jefferson nickel, and it's not just any nickel, this one is a game changer in the world of rare coins. Stick around to find out why this coin might be hiding in your collection, and how you can potentially sell it for a fortune. Let's start with the basics. The 1988 D Jefferson nickel is part of the United States Mint's nickel series, and while most of these coins are worth just a few cents, there's a rare version of this coin that's worth a small fortune. But what makes this coin stand out? Let's look at the coin's features. On the obverse, we have a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's home, also designed by Schlag. The D mint mark, found just below the date, indicates that this coin was minted in Denver. So why is the 1988 D Monticello Jefferson nickel so valuable? The answer lies in a rare production error that occurred during minting. While most 1988 D nickels were produced in large numbers and circulated without issue, some of these coins were struck with a misalignment or die error. This caused a distinctive, off-center minting that's incredibly rare. These misprints make the coin far more valuable to collectors, who are always on the lookout for mistakes from the U.S. Mint. Now, you might be wondering, what condition does my coin need to be in for it to fetch such a high price? The answer is all about grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The 1988 D Monticello Jefferson nickel can be valued at $1.8 million if it's in near-perfect condition, meaning it has no visible wear, sharp details, and an overall clean appearance. Coins that are in mint state with no visible scratches or discoloration are the most valuable. You might be wondering why anyone would pay $1.8 million for a single nickel. It's because rare coins like this are highly sought after by collectors, investors, and even museums. In fact, in the past decade, we've seen a rise in the value of coins with minting errors and rare features. The 1988 D Jefferson nickel is considered a key coin in the series, and the demand for it continues to increase. The more rare and well-preserved a coin is, the higher the price it will command at auction. So how can you tell if your 1988 D Jefferson nickel is worth millions? The first thing to check is the mint mark. It should be a D right under the date. After that, closely examine the coin for signs of misalignment or other minting errors. The off-center strikes are the most common feature that collectors look for. You'll also want to check for any unusual wear patterns or doubling of the lettering. It's important to keep in mind that coins with these errors are rare, and finding one in perfect condition is even rarer. If you think you have a 1988 D Monticello Jefferson nickel in excellent condition, it's time to get it appraised. The best way to find out its true value is by sending it to a professional coin grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Once graded, you can either sell it privately, through an auction house, or through a reputable coin dealer. If your coin is truly in mint condition with a rare error, you could be looking at a price tag of $1.8 million or more. The 1988 D Monticello Jefferson nickel might just be the hidden gem you've been looking for in your collection. If you've got one of these rare coins, it could be worth a fortune. Remember, the world of rare coins is full of surprises. Sometimes, the value of a coin can skyrocket when you least expect it. So check your change, look through your coin jars, and who knows? You might be holding on to a small fortune. 1989 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson Nickel. This nickel is a goldmine for collectors, and in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly why it's worth a staggering $1.6 million and how you might be sitting on a fortune if you have one of these hidden gems in your collection. So stay tuned and let's get started. First, let's talk about the 1989 D Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson Nickel itself. This coin is part of the Jefferson Nickel series, which was introduced in 1938 to honor President Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers, and the third president of the United States. While most Jefferson nickels are worth only a few cents, the 1989 D is something truly special. And here's why. Now, at first glance, the 1989 D may look like just another nickel. After all, the design hasn't changed much over the years. On the front, you'll see Thomas Jefferson's portrait, which is the same as it's been for decades. On the reverse side, we see the famous image of Monticello, Jefferson's home, which is depicted in exquisite detail. But here's the twist. This particular coin carries a rarity factor that collectors and investors are chasing, and that rarity has driven its value to the remarkable $1.6 million. You see, the 1989 D Monticello nickel is one of those rare examples where an ordinary coin becomes extraordinary because of a subtle minting error or unique feature. The coin is incredibly sought after because of its distinctive flaws, but finding one in perfect condition is the real jackpot. Minting errors are what truly separate the valuable coins from the rest. For the 1989 D Monticello nickel, it's most commonly known for its double die errors and off-center strikes. A double die means that the design was stamped more than once, creating a blurry, doubled image. It's easy to spot, and it makes a huge difference in value. Also, Another feature that boosts its worth is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. These imperfections might seem like mistakes, but for coin collectors, they are signs of rarity and precious history. So how do you know if your 1989 Di Monticello nickel is worth that jaw-dropping $1.6 million? Well, the key is examining the condition of your coin. A mint condition 1989 D nickel, without any wear and tear, can fetch a massive price. Look for coins that are nearly flawless. The design should be crisp. The Monticello building on the reverse should have clear, sharp details, and there shouldn't be any major discoloration. For example, an average circulated 1989 D nickel is still only worth about 5 cents, but an uncirculated version in good condition could be worth a few dollars. However, the real big bucks come with those mint errors or exceptional grading. Speaking of grading, this is one of the most important aspects when selling a rare coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. If your 1989 Di Monticello nickel is graded at MS 65 or above, especially if it features a minting error, you're looking at a potential treasure trove. To get your coin professionally graded, you'll want to send it to companies like PeaceGS or NGC. These are the top 2 certification services that can verify the authenticity and grade of your coin. Once certified, your nickel will be in a protective case, and its value will be locked in, ready to sell to eager collectors or investors. Now that you know the value of the 1989 Di Monticello nickel, you might be wondering, where can I sell it? Well, there are several avenues. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coin sales. You can auction off your coin to a worldwide audience of buyers. Visit a reputable coin dealer who specializes in rare coins, and they can give you an offer based on its value. Online marketplaces such as eBay. Some collectors prefer buying directly from sellers on platforms like eBay. Just make sure to take clear pictures and include information about the coin's grade and minting error. Now, let's talk about one final tip. If you find a 1989 Di Monticello nickel with a minting error, take extra care in documenting its condition. Collectors and investors are looking for those imperfections, but they also need confirmation that it's a genuine error. Before we wrap up, remember that the world of rare coins can be competitive, but with a little knowledge and some expert help, you might just find yourself sitting on a goldmine. If you have a 1989 Di Monticello Jefferson nickel with any kind of error, or if you think your coin collection could be worth more than you ever imagined, don't hesitate to get it checked out. 1993 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, with a current market value of a staggering $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A nickel, not a quarter, not a dollar coin, but a nickel. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, let's break down why the seemingly ordinary coin can bring in such a monumental value, and how you can spot one that's worth a fortune. To understand why this 1993 P Monticello Jefferson nickel is so valuable, let's start with a bit of history. First minted in 1938, the Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the United States 5-cent coin series, which features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the years, several versions of the Monticello nickel were issued, with different mint marks and design variations. While the design has remained largely the same, it's the subtle differences that make certain years worth millions. Now, let's talk about the 1993 P Mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was struck. Normally, a coin like this would be worth around 5 cents. Nothing special, right? But this one? It's worth a whole lot more, and I'm about to tell you why. So, what makes the 1993 P Monticello Jefferson nickel so rare and valuable? To start with, it has a few key characteristics that set it apart from your average coin. For most of the 1990s, the mint produced millions of nickels, but a small number of them were struck under unusual circumstances that lead to major error coins, and these errors are what collectors are hunting for today. Let me explain. The 1993 P. Monticello nickel came from the Philadelphia Mint, and while many were struck perfectly, there was an anomaly. Some of the coins were struck with a slight misalignment, leading to very rare variations in the design. These mint errors, especially on a coin that was originally a low-value nickel, can drastically increase the value. The collectors who want these error coins are willing to pay top dollar, hence the price of $1.8 million for the right example. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I've found a 1993 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel worth $1.8 million? Here's what you should be looking for. First, check the mint mark. The P should be clear and visible on the obverse side, just above Jefferson's name. Now, if you're looking for a rare mint error, pay close attention to the reverse side, where Monticello is depicted. On a normal coin, Monticello should be well defined, but on the rare error coins, you might notice some slight doubling of the image, or maybe even a doubling of the mint mark. This kind of error can cause the coin to be worth tens of thousands, if not millions, depending on its condition. Next up, let's talk about coin condition and grading. When it comes to rare coins like this, the condition is absolutely crucial. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coin grading follows a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. For a coin to fetch $1.8 million, it needs to be in impeccable condition, ideally graded at 65 or higher. The grading is based on factors like wear, scratches, discoloration, and overall eye appeal. A coin in MS65, mint state 65, condition will look almost brand new, sharp details, no visible wear, and beautiful luster. The better the grade, the higher the price it commands on the market. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how to verify the value of your coin. First, I always recommend having your coins professionally appraised. Certified numismatists can give you an accurate estimate and help you understand if you have a true gem. Once your coin is verified, the next step is selling. There are multiple ways to sell your coin for maximum value. You could go through auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries. These auction houses specialize in rare coins and have a global audience of serious collectors. Another option is to work with reputable coin dealers who can help you navigate the market and find the right buyer. Just make sure you're dealing with someone trustworthy and knowledgeable to get the best price. So, why is this specific coin worth $1.8 million in today's market? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, collector demand, and historical significance. As time passes, coins like the 1993 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel become increasingly scarce, and demand for them only rises. Additionally, with the rise of online platforms and social media, collectors now have easier access to coins, creating a more competitive market. It's a great time to sell rare coins like this one, as the market is incredibly strong for valuable, limited edition, or error coins. So, there you have it, the 1993 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, a small coin with a big potential to make you a millionaire. If you find one of these in your collection or in your change, get it appraised right away. With the right mix of rarity, condition, and market timing, you could cash in on a small coin with a massive payout. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and make sure to subscribe for more tips on how to spot and sell rare coins for millions of dollars. Keep searching those coin jars, folks. Your fortune might be just around the corner. 1995 P. Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. This little nickel is worth a staggering $1.7 million. And today, we're going to uncover exactly why it's so valuable, how to spot it, and the steps you need to take if you're lucky enough to have one. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. Cut to intro animation and music. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1995 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is part of the famous Monticello series, issued to commemorate Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello. On the front, we see the classic portrait of Jefferson, designed by John Reich. On the reverse side, we find the depiction of Monticello, which was created by Felix Schlag. The 1995 P Mint mark is particularly special, and here's why. While most of us are familiar with standard nickels, some 1995 P Mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickels have a significant error that makes them highly sought after by collectors. They are part of a rare group that shows incredible value in the market today, commanding prices of up to $1.7 million for the right coin. So what's the big deal with this specific nickel? The key to its massive value lies in a rare minting error. It's not just the design that makes the 1995 P Monticello Jefferson nickel unique, but a tiny mistake made during production. Some of these coins were struck with a die error that caused them to have unusually sharp details or, in some cases, incorrect positioning of certain elements. Cut to a close-up of the error, pointing out specific details. Now, this is where you need to pay close attention. If you look carefully, some of these coins were minted with a doubled die, where elements like the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions appear more than once, making them very different from regular nickels. If you find one of these, you could have a hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Scene transitions to a step-by-step guide with graphics showing how to identify the coin. Now that you know why this coin is valuable, let's talk about how to spot it. Here are the key features to look for. Graphic pops up showing these features with visual examples. First, check the mint mark on the coin. The P Mint mark, located on the reverse near the bottom right of the Monticello building, indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Be sure to double-check the P because this is crucial for its value. Look for signs of doubling in the text. If you notice that the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust appear to be doubled or misaligned, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Next, examine the building on the reverse side of the coin. A sharp, clear Monticello with no wear or fading is a good sign, but the rare error version will show sharper than usual features, almost as though it's been struck with too much force. Now let's talk money. The market value of this coin can vary depending on its condition and rarity, but a 1995 P Mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel in good condition can fetch anywhere from $100 to $500. However, if you've got one with a doubling error or other minting mistakes, your coin could be worth up to $1.7 million. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for rare coins with minting errors, and a nickel like this is no exception. The 1995 P Mint mark error coins have been sold at auctions for incredible prices. The key here is finding the right buyer who sees the potential in your coin. So you got one of these rare coins, or you're hoping to find one. What's next? How do you sell it for the best possible price? First, make sure you have an expert evaluate the coin. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or a numismatist for an in-depth assessment. Getting it professionally certified by a service like PCGS or NGC can drastically increase its value. One of the best places to sell your coin is at a high-end auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries. These places have connections with serious buyers and collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. Another option is listing your coin on specialized online marketplaces like eBay or Great Collections. Make sure you include clear, high-quality pictures of the coin's details to attract buyers. When it comes to rare coins, condition is everything. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition fetch higher prices because they're much harder to find. So, Be sure to handle your coin carefully, and if you're unsure about its value, always seek out professional grading. To sum it all up, the 1995 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is an incredibly valuable coin, especially if it features minting errors like doubling or sharp details. If you happen to find one in your collection or in your pocket change, you could be holding a small fortune. Remember to carefully inspect your coins, get them professionally graded, and consider selling through reputable channels to maximize your profit. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to spot valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. If you think you might have a 1995 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, leave a comment down below and let us know about your find. 1996 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel coin, currently valued at $1.8 million. That's right, folks, one of the most rare and valuable nickels in the market right now. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes as we break down everything you need to know about this incredible coin, why it's worth so much, and how you can make sure your own collection is valuable. Let's start with the basics. The 1996 P Monticello Jefferson nickel is a regular coin you could have picked up from your pocket during the year 1996. However, there's a twist. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark on the coin. Most of these coins were mass-produced and circulated, so they don't stand out. However, a handful of them have a unique error that makes them incredibly rare. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of U.S. coinage since 1938. The design you're looking at today was created by Felix Schlag, and it's one of the most iconic designs in U.S. history. On the obverse, you'll find Thomas Jefferson's portrait, and on the reverse, we have the Monticello, Jefferson's home, displayed beautifully. So what makes this coin worth $1.8 million? Well, it's an error coin. In 1996, there was a production issue at the Philadelphia Mint that caused some of the Jefferson nickels to have a double die obverse error. This means that the design on the front of the coin was stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Jefferson's portrait, his hair, and the lettering around the edge. If you have a 1996 P Monticello Jefferson nickel in your possession, and you notice doubling on Jefferson's portrait, that's the telltale sign of this rare error. This is the key factor that makes the coin so valuable today. Now, let's dive deeper into why this error coin is worth such a massive amount of money. First off, the rarity of the coin plays a huge role. The 1996 P double die obverse error was discovered fairly recently, which means that only a handful of these coins exist in circulation today. Out of the billions of nickels minted in 1996, it's believed that only a few thousand coins were struck with the error. Of those, even fewer have been found in good condition, which is why collectors and investors are willing to pay $1.8 million for one in perfect condition. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare error coins? It's all about the doubling effect on the obverse. Here's what to look for. First, focus on the wording around Jefferson's portrait, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Look for doubling in these areas. The text will appear blurry or out of alignment, showing a second image. Next, examine Jefferson's hair. If you notice any extra lines or a shadow effect near the edges of his hair, that's another sign of the double die error. Finally, check the date. If the numbers in 1996 appear thick or doubled, you've got a genuine error coin. Now, while this coin can be worth $1.8 million, it's important to note that the value can fluctuate depending on the coin's condition. Coins that are in mint state or have been graded by professional agencies, like PCGS or NGC, can fetch higher prices. A MS67 or MS68 grade coin, for example, could be worth near that $1.8 million price tag. If your coin is in lower condition with noticeable wear or scratches, the value will be lower, but still significant, ranging from a few thousand to tens of thousands. Now that you know how to identify the 1996 P Monticello Jefferson nickel, let's talk about how to sell it for top dollar. First, you'll want to have the coin professionally graded. This will determine its condition and help establish its market value. After grading, you can either sell the coin through auction houses or online marketplaces like eBay, or even reach out to professional coin dealers. Be sure to do some research and get multiple appraisals to make sure you're getting the best deal. Also, always keep the coin in pristine condition and never clean it, as that can significantly decrease its value. If you're interested in selling rare coins, keep an eye out for other valuable era coins, such as the 1964 Abraham Lincoln penny or the 1943 copper penny. These coins, like the 1996 P nickel, have huge value on the market today. To wrap things up, if you've got a 1996 P Monticello Jefferson nickel with a double die obverse error, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Make sure to inspect your coins carefully, get them graded by professionals, and don't rush into any deals before you know what you have. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with fellow coin collectors. And as always, keep searching those pocket change rolls. You never know when you'll find a rare coin that could be worth millions.